I want to thank Brother Hoffer and Holy Ghost Radio for allowing me inviting me to do these little exercises, and I'm not sure what they mean, but I was asked to do them, and I'm going to try my best to put things on interesting, but I appreciate them for giving me the opportunity. And also, I have a prayer request. My wife is ill, and I would appreciate it a lot if you folks would pray for her. And thank you for doing that. Charles Hatton Spurgeon, he was a minister in England. He had a large church, Baptist church, Metropolitan Tabernacle, and thousands came to hear Charles Spurgeon. He has Metropolitan Tabernacle pulpit books that have been printed, of course, after he's passed away, and they 52 volumes. They're quite expensive. I have a set. I bought them at a time. I paid them out by the month. I'd get a book a month, and it went up from $5 a book to whenever I got the last one, it was $17. And if it had got any higher, I would have had to stop. But the set is very expensive, and so like I say, thousands attended his church, and all he did was preach, just speak. And he was so famous. Joseph Parker was also very famous. He pastored across town. He has a set of books. Was first called Preaching Through the Bible by Parker. No, it's first called Parker's People Bible, and then they renamed it to Preaching Through the Bible by Joseph Parker. But anyway, there's something I want to tell you about this, is why I brought it up. There was a unique person in that church, which was Spurgeon's brother. No one hardly knows anything about Spurgeon's brother. But every time Spurgeon went to the pulpit to preach, after the service, the songs, and after the preliminaries was over, his brother made his way down into the basement area, and right under the pulpit, about 20 feet down, the pulpit was built all the way down like a box that went down, and he would get up in that box area, and he prayed the whole time that Spurgeon was preaching, and he did that every time. He was an unsung hero. I guess everyone would want a brother like that. He wasn't trying to be big himself. He's praying for his brother to deliver the message right. Now, we at the Indiana Bible College, we would go every year up to Baker's Book House in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we would take students that wanted to be preachers, and sometimes some of the ladies it wasn't, but we'd let them go, and we'd take them on a book trip. And Brother Mooney and I and some of the staff that enjoyed that sort of thing, they went. We went and we showed the people the books, the type books that we thought they should have, and talked to them about how to use them and that sort of thing, and how to enjoy them. Well, one day we had gotten to know the Bakers very well, and Mr. Baker came over and he said to me, he said, Reverend, he said, it just so happens that the fourth pastor, the third pastor really from Spurgeon, happens to be in the States, and he's in the building. He's here. You see, the reason this could be, Spurgeon was in the 1800s, but the thing about it was every pastor that pastored Metropolitan Tabernacle stayed 50 years. And this man was the fourth one on the fourth 50th year. He said, would you like for him to address your group? Oh, I said, yes. Oh, yes, please. And he said, well, have them stand over there. And I lined them up against the wall. And this man, this fourth or third pastor from Spurgeon in the great Metropolitan Tabernacle, spoke to our students in such a kind way, and he was just one of us. He was just one of them. And I looked at our kids, and I could tell they were not understanding, and they were not necessarily taking advantage and savoring every moment. I saw it, and I saw how they were dressed. It was slouchy, kind of slouchy. And I just wished it could have been a little bit better. But anyway, it was a moment, and they were all right. I imagine some of them remembered it later and liked to talk about it and tell it. But when I was pastor in Flint, Michigan, they kept telling me that there was an elderly lady in Detroit church that had once in her young days been a member of Metropolitan Tabernacle. I wanted to meet her, and finally I was asked to preach in the church. And I said, don't you have a lady here that used to be? Oh, yes, he said, I'll introduce you to her. And he did, and I said to her, I understand that you were once a member of Spurgeon's church. She said, oh, the Tabernacle. And she said it with such respect and awe. Her history and that church was speaking to her. And then she said it again. Yes, the Tabernacle. The Tabernacle. No matter if it's a little church on the side of the hill. No matter if it's a church down by the creek, no matter if it's tall steeple or no steeple, we need to love our church. Oh, our church. Our church. I remember whenever I got out of the Navy and I started to Alexandria Church on Alexandria, Louisiana, 16th and Day Street. Oh, what church. Elder G.A. Mangan preached and ran all over that platform and brought the power down. My. And then later they moved the church and built a much bigger, more magnificent building. And I appreciate that, and I love that building, but every once in a while, I'd like to go back to 16th and Day and just walk in it one more time. And several have said the same thing that used to be there. Oh, the Tabernacle. God bless you.